Part of it is, oh, I want to be healthy. I want to make hard decisions to make my life easier. I don't know how we got to this monologue right here, but this is where we're living. Hey guys, what's up? It's Heather with the Moscow, and today we're going to be down here fixing the raised garden beds. I just did that entire intro with no audio, so we're going to redo it. Anyhow, again, hi, my name is Heather, and this is the Moscow, where we are learning to garden together and trying things out even when conditions aren't perfect. And today we are fixing our raised garden beds. So I put these raised garden beds down here on the RV pad. Several years ago I built them. And this is a high moisture area. We do get a lot of moisture here in East Tennessee. We do live in East Tennessee. We garden in zone 7B, 7A. It's right on the border. 7, let's just say 7. And I built these a couple years ago, and while the cedar planks have held up, the 2x4s that are holding the corners have rotted out, and so now we do need to replace them. So if we look around, there is 4 beds with a trellis. The trellis is from Amazon for $20, but you can see where they're starting to come apart. So I took this opportunity to buy my dream Vego beds. I've always loved these beds. I love the modern aesthetic of them. I've got one more. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take all the crap off. We've got to assemble our third bed. It's right here. And then we're going to take all the crap off of here. We will fill these beds, instead of being completely full with soil, we're going to start with some sticks and such to kind of fill the space. And then we will top it with soil. We'll reuse everything that's in these beds. And then we will top it off with a mixture of compost and topsoil. So we will replace these 2 today, but this one has a full thing of garlic. So what we'll do is wait till we harvest the garlic on this one, and this clematis, which is just gorgeous, and it's about to explode, and I really don't want to disturb it. So we're gonna try our best not to disturb this today because it's really beautiful. But we will wait till this garlic needs to be harvested, and then we will pull in the last 2 beds. We're going to go from having 4 beds to 5 beds, and we will space them out today so we know. But we will tack this back together so it can make it through the season. So a couple reasons why we have this down here. We do live out in the woods, and it is beautiful. My surroundings are very beautiful. I love that about this house. It's part of the reason we bought this house, was it's so pretty and private and ethereal, but really close to town at the same time. I also have all this infrastructure on here to keep my dogs off these beds. However, we have recently found the paws away repellent things, and so we are going to put one around these as well, so that will prevent them from getting in these beds, and then I don't need all this infrastructure here anymore, which will be great because it'll make it A, easier to garden with, B, more aesthetically pleasing. So we're gonna, the reason we're going with the Vego beds, and we will hook these up on drip, and I will do a separate video on how to hook up drip. My kids have been placing the rocks. Is because they are metal, they are aesthetically really beautiful, and they go with the modern log cabin aesthetic. So let's get this all cleaned up. Side note, it is 41 degrees outside. I would like to put out a public service announcement for everyone that comes in to a place of business and says for the last 8 days, oh, it's so beautiful outside, you should get outside and get in your garden. I would love to, but I bought a whole bunch of plants, and now I gotta go to work at my 9 to 5 and pay for those suckers. And of course, the 8 days in a row that I worked was 80 degrees, 75 degrees, lovely, beautiful. And then I'm off and it's 40. I mean, you get what you get and you don't pitch a fit, right? So I'm gonna set up a camera, and we're gonna put together that third garden bed, and then we're gonna start disassembling. Also, side note, for anybody that's wondering what kind of music I listen to when I'm out here gardening, and again, I don't have neighbors that can hear me very well, that would be Disney hits or music from Walt Disney World itself, because I'm a certified Disney adult. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you.
Alrighty, so we got it all put together. As a general rule, Sunny, as a general rule, these take me about an hour each to put together. They're fairly simple to put together. I love them. I really, really love them. I love the look of them. I love, I just love them, okay? As you can see, I've got my helper dogs out here. There is a cat that keeps coming around the yard. And they want to eat it real bad. Real bad. So they're protecting me from the cat. Girls, especially the two boxers, I like to call them the chaos twins. But they like to be out here helping. But in any case, we got this all put together. So now let's line it up with the other two and see how far it goes. I would also say this video here is brought to you by my garden cart. Because as we do things, we can put the trash in the garden cart. Now I will say, these are going on concrete. I recognize that that's not ideal. I recognize that raised beds should go on dirt so that they can reach down into the ground and get nutrients. But again, it's called the Moscow, okay? I'll go ahead and admit, I don't think that was the best name for a channel, but B, we gotta do with what we can. And stuff is grown in here just fine, so I don't have a problem with it. But, ideally, they'd be on the ground somewhere. The other thing that we're gonna do is go ahead and put some drip in here. So I need to be able to access that side. Originally, when I was buying more beds, I thought I would do 2 and a trellis, 2 and a trellis, and 2 and a trellis, but I didn't measure because why would I measure, And that won't fit. And then I thought, well, I'll just do 3 and then another 2. But I'm wondering if I can't do 3 and another 3. I'm gonna go get some chalk and a tape measure. Alrighty, emotional support water bottle obtained. Chalk, tape measure also obtained. And I brought back some drip tubes so we can hook these suckers up. But I forgot to take a before picture. It'll be all right. All right. So this one right here is going to be right like so. And then it should come to about here. So this guy is 94.5. Let's just go 95. And we'd need the trellis on this part. And the trellis is 54 inches. So, you can come out here and do 54 inches. And I'm gonna get more country as we talk about it. Don't mind the skills, or lack thereof. What I did here, the trellis is going to come to right here. So that's kind of where our second bed will start. Trellis is going to come to right there. So that's kind of where our second bed will start. It'll be in just a little bit. And then that means our fourth bed. So then our fifth bed's going to start here and it's going to end here, right here. The problem is if I do go with the sixth bed, it would come to here, and that cuts in hard to here, and it's not level right there, so probably need to keep it to 5. But we can always put a bunch of containers in the middle. So the next step is going to be, I'm going to come over here and get these first 2 set up, and then We're gonna get those first two set up, and then we can take all the dirt out of this one and move it and have room for this one. So the first thing we're gonna do here is put our menagerie of sticks and such in here to get the height. And we'll go about halfway with sticks. So I'm gonna go down to this pile that I just put over there from that tree that fell and fill these up. And then once we've got the sticks, then I'll slide my drip tube through the side there so that it's got something to hold on to. Otherwise it's just gonna flop around like a fish. So. So Jackson's out here now. He's training the dogs to walk on a leash. How's that going for us, Jackson? You've got him like in a dog sled fashion. So the Chaos twins. Chaosy?
Yeah, very much resistance.
Mm-hmm. So we got the bed pretty well filled up. It's like halfway with sticks and logs. Lucky, maybe not so lucky, but silver lining of the fact that we just lost a tree over here, which it didn't hit my car, thank goodness, so that was wonderful. But is that I've got all this debris. So now we're going to put our drip line in. So for right now, I've just got this piece of black poly. The reason for that is later we'll come in and hook this whole thing up, but I just need something that goes through the dirt in the meantime. So I'm just gonna go in here and slide it like so. And then when we fill it with dirt, we'll have access. It's shovel time. Maybe not. All right, let's fill up the other one.
I don't wanna waste my time, so baby we should start living now.
Alrighty, so sticks acquired. We need to disassemble this and move that dirt to those beds. Jackson's still struggling with the Chaos twins. Minoru walks in the middle of them like, I should be on the leash. All right, let's get this going. It is now 50, which is not 70, but it's something. All right, so let's just move this bed out of the way for the time being. Now we need to disassemble the top of that. So I brought some cutty jigs. That's a technical term. Cutty jig. Over here using an inappropriate tool again, aka scissors, to get these staples out. Let me go get actual pliers. Let me be an adult and go get the appropriate tool for the job. Alrighty, pliers have been acquired. One of my goals for this year has been to try not to rush projects. I tend to get in a hurry and just want to get it done and regretting it later. And I'm trying to be better about taking my time and doing it right. And so this is really tedious. But it's going to be worth it. So I went in, had some lunch. It was a delicious burger patty with like a Greek kale salad situation, and then some protein ice cream and my Ninja Creamy. To be fair, it's not the best protein ice cream, but it's my first go at that, and I was hungry, so that'll do. We're gonna take a shovel now. We're gonna shovel the dirt from this over Chandra. So let's do that.
We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave. There is nothing in between. So baby, we should start living now. 'Cause we only have this life. Wanna laugh and wanna cry. I don't wanna waste my time. So baby, we should start living now.
You guys have been with me all day. We were filling these raised beds up. I don't know why I'm holding this like a microphone. And I had to go get Wyatt from school. I'm sure UPS or FedEx has now showed up at the gate. Dogs are harassing them. To be fair, this might be FedEx's fault. I have recently learned that our FedEx driver likes to take his lunch break in our driveway, which is cool with me. I don't care, man. Everybody needs a lunch break. Those people work hard. We order a lot of stuff. Jib jabs, jibbest to jabbest, jibbest, jabbest. However, part of his lunch break routine is to give my dogs treats and pet them. And cool with me. I'd like to pet some dogs, some cute puppies, as wild as these are, on my lunch break as well. But that's why they're barking. Almost guarantee that. Another thing, we have been out here all day. The sun is starting to set, which means the video finally looks good. So if you have stuck with me, put some kind of emoji, like a sunshine emoji, right there in the comments. Also, I'd like to highlight, I hate shoveling stuff. Everybody that's like, oh, you got to work out. And I do love working out in my garden. I'm so thankful to be out here and it's like 60, 70 degrees. It's fan-freaking-tastic. I don't want to shovel. I want to plant pretty crap. Just saying. I'm not complaining. This is great. It was 35 degrees this morning. I'm warm now. It feels great. But I got to shovel some more. Let's go shovel some more. I'd also like to highlight a few things. I think maybe we were at the playground, my kids and I. Wyatt was like, I want to go to the playground. My friend might come. I was like, okay, cool. We can go about 30 minutes and I got to shovel some more. I was the only one dressed in overalls with dirt on them and flippy floppies. There was a group of what seemed to be like professional moms. You know the professional moms of the playground. You've seen them there. They've been momming all day. Their kids probably eat stuff that's healthy. Okay? I'm not judging them. I'm not judging them at all. What I'm saying is they weren't dressed like this. And they certainly didn't have black socks and flippy floppies. But you know, you win some, you lose some. I didn't feel like I was winning at that playground, but you know what I did feel like? If I got a little bit dirty, no one would ever know. because I was already dirty. There's a 90% chance there was a significant amount of dirt on my face. Now that I've procrastinated shoveling, let's grab these gloves and shovel, shall we? When it's done and I can look out my window and look at the beautiful plants growing and harvest cucumbers and make pickles, I will be thrilled. I will be thrilled. But I hate shoveling. I will be thrilled with myself when I get it done because it's something that I feel like I can't. Here's another thing. I work out in the mornings. I'm trying to get more consistent. I'm up to 2 3/4 miles, 2.75 miles. That seems like a little bit to some people. I have a friend that runs 100-mile races. Okay, I don't run 100-mile races. I shovel, things like that. Okay. Moral of the story is someone asked me the other day, why am I doing that? And part of it is, I want to be healthy. I want to make hard decisions to make my life easier. I don't know how we got to this monologue right here, but this is where we're living. But part of it is because I thought I couldn't, so I'll do it. Does anybody else do stuff just because it's like the last thing you would do and it seems really hard and you want to just prove to yourself that you can do anything? Okay, just me. Okay, I'm going to shovel this because it seems really hard. I'm going to clip this on here as well. It seems completely unnecessary for me to just stand here and talk. Shouldn't I be talking and working? We did get one bed completely cleared out and one bed completely cleared up. I will need these. I know myself. And yes, I've been listening to Disney music the whole time. What did you expect me to do? What did you expect me to do? All right. Shoveling. Funny story. Where I work, when it gets really busy, we call it shoveling poop. We're shoveling crap. Shoveling crap. So, instead of complaining about having to shovel, I should be thankful that I'm shoveling in my garden when it's 65 degrees outside and not shoveling crap at work. Alrighty, so it's 5 o'clock. I gotta go in and make dinner. So that's gonna be it for part 1 of this video where we're putting these raised garden beds together. We did get 2 completely filled with their drip line, and I have set up, this is the 3rd one here, and I've put logs in it. So I need to put a second layer of like smaller logs, and then we can come in with the rest of the dirt. We've got some more dirt in that raised bed. Overall, I'm happy with how today went. This is a big manual labor project. And so I feel like I got a good amount done. Couple things. I love these Vego beds. Vego, I don't know. I love them. They're beautiful. I'm very excited to plant in them. I see a lot of space for things to grow, and that does my heart a lot of good. So that's awesome. But I am tired, and I have to go in and cook dinner. So I will mention that when you're assembling these beds, they do take about an hour a piece. If you had more than one person, maybe it'd go a little quicker. They are fairly easy to assemble. I will say it's a little tricky when you're trying to put the ends on there, and they do scratch when you're laying them on the concrete like this, but not too bad. And they look gorgeous. I'm really thrilled with how this is coming along and how the dirt is. You'll notice that on these I left quite a bit of lip of dirt, maybe 4 inches, and that is because before I plant I will put in bags of compost as well, so I want a little space for that. Do have some more dirt left in my garden cart, which is great because we're going to need it for this one, and we do still have some more dirt in that one, so that should be good. That will prevent us from having to buy a whole bunch of extra dirt, so that's awesome. So anyhow, I just want to take y'all on this journey with me today and show you what we're doing about these. They've been looking pretty sad, and we're hoping by the summer they look really full of beautiful things. My dogs are digging. They're going to get something. They're going to find something good. They have gotten rid of my bowl problem. Minnow is getting serious, but they're going to be muddy. Anyhow, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment below what you're growing, or if you have these beds or anything about these beds. I love them. I'm super thrilled with them. Eventually I would love to have like the little lights on the front and some more of the containers and some of the things from the line. They do make trellises that go around the back, and I thought about getting those, but since I look out my bedroom window and look at these, I didn't want them to be blocked with a trellis like that, so I like these arch ones better. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Bye.